Jerry Nard.
All right, what's going on, my people? Welcome back to the SN95 Power Channel. So, hey, we are in a little spring weather cycle right now, and I'm trying to take get the most out of this little break in the winter that we're having right now and get the car out. So this is like day 2 of trying to do this. And what we're dealing with now is my flex fuel table on the Holly. I have a flex fuel sensor. There's a table that you set up to do a calculation of fuel modifier versus ethanol content. Just haven't been able to get that table dialed in, so I'm trying to do that right now. It's kind of what I've been doing these last couple of days. On top of trying to get around this oil leak that I've been having, and it just doesn't seem like I am not going to be able to band-aid it. I'm going to have to get the aluminum valve covers. These are like the Gen 1 valve covers that are known to crack, leak, whatever. So I have to get some aluminum valve covers. Fortunately, it's only the passenger side that's leaking. Will be a little bit harder on this driver's side because of the hydro boost. Passenger side, it's going to be a pain because I got to remove the AC lines, which I had a hard time getting those things in, but it's just how it goes sometimes. Either I'm going to deal with the leak or I'm going to fix it. And I think I'm at the point where I just want to fix it. I don't want any problems going down in the Mustang week. I might redo the AC lines since I have them off. I don't know. That's a little bit, I don't have that much time, but let's just first worry about getting the car dialed in, because I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run off a 93 for right now. Until I come back from Mustang week, I can go hit my man Mike, maybe get a dyno tune from him, and get this E85 or this flex fuel tune dialed in. But I think for right now, I'm just going to just run 93. Car is plenty fast enough off of 93. Not really worried about this being a max effort car. So just run 93 right now. Will be pretty good. And another reason why I was trying to use E85 is because of the smell. When I originally had this car, I had the cats. I had it catless. And so, you know, that smell was just overbearing. But, you know, I have these factory cats on here now. So, you know, I can run this 93 and not be overwhelmed with the, you know, combustion smell. So, did some transferring of the learning table to the base tune. So let's get the car warmed up and take it out for a spin. All right, so we have our laptop. Let me see if I can slowly look over here at the laptop. Come back over. And we'll try to keep the movements down as best as possible. But I'm able to dialogue now, so we can work on getting this E85 tune kind of dialed in a little bit better than what it is right now. Sorry, so we're gonna do a lot of cutting in and out of this video because I want to pay attention to my, whatchamacallit? It's a lot better. I'm not really gonna rump on this right now because I have to get back to the house because my kid is on his way home from school. Car feels better. You know, it's just needed a little tweaking on this tune. We'll see how I can get this E85 advanced table straightened out and go from there. So I don't have infinite recording time on these glasses. I like the audio, but you know, the recording time is not very good. And then of course it's the vertigo that y'all get. So everything that was wonky in this tune had to do with me trying to make some corrections for this E85 blend. But this kind of gives you the first-hand experience of what I've been dealing with every time I refuel this car, and how the ethanol content blend would change and it would just really throw off this tune. I'm hoping my table and what I do right now can get it close. If I can keep it at like an E30, if I go like 5 gallons 93 and 2 gallons of ethanol, it'll kind of get me around the E30. So I'm hoping that going forward I can keep it around E30 and my table is good enough to keep this tune locked in as I keep tweaking it. I still smell the fumes coming from the cabin, coming from the engine, so it would be nice to get valve covers that seal. So the aluminum valve covers are the cure for, you know, these Gen 1 and maybe Gen 2 valve covers. But honestly, I don't know if I want to do the work. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think. Well, we'll close this out when we get to the house. So let's go over this table real quick. What I have up here first is my original flex fuel table. And this is pretty much the standard flex fuel table that you see online. So at 27% ethanol content, this table is adding 9% more fuel to the mixture. And then if you look at all the way over at the bottom right, you go to 80. So if I'm at 80% ethanol content, it's going to add 25.9% fuel to it. And I don't know, if I'm being honest with y'all, if this is the reason that my table is off whenever I add fuel. But yeah, anytime my ethanol content changes by more than like 10%, it makes the car run very rich. So what I did is I modified my table. So let me pull this up real quick for y'all. So if you look at this new table, you can see I really got aggressive in taking a lot of fuel out of it. So at 27% ethanol content, it's only adding 2.3% extra fuel. And at 80% ethanol content, is adding 19.8% of fuel. Now, I don't know, again, I don't know if this will help. Only thing I do is just go out, drive the car, refuel it up, and see what happens. So let's give that a try. Get a cold start, get this car out, and work on this tune a little bit.